Since Westmount has been designated an historic site by the federal government, we're going to take a little walking tour and look at some of the architecture, which is called Victorian architecture. And Victorian architecture includes a lot more than just gingerbread houses. It includes classical houses and houses that were done in the Queen Anne style and the Gothic style. And we'll look at a wide range of houses within a short couple of blocks in Westmount. This is a pair of stone row houses on Sherbrooke Street at 4470. And these are the offices of Anderson Architects, as a matter of fact. And it's a Gothic style building, medieval in character, with nice bay windows and crenellations at the roof line where people in the medieval period used to shoot arrows from. Around the corner on Metcalfe is this lovely Queen Anne group of houses designed by one architect with all sorts of interesting architectural features, including a tower and the gables, which are treated differently in each case. Some of them are Tudor styled. The brickwork is exceptional, where the bricklayers had a field day putting in all sorts of details and tricks. Here you can see the Tudor gable with herringbone or fish scale tile, and around the doorways there are lintels that are carved for the inset doorways. Here you can see the dental work, brickwork that allows them to pull the bricks in and out. And on the Melbourne side, the facade is a wonderful grouping of brickwork. Here you can see the brick being incorporated with stone, the stone lintels. And across the street, a very beautiful mansion, also in the Queen Anne style, with a tower. The porch is classical in character, with a Palladian window above the main entrance. And this is the wonderful thing about the Queen Anne style: you can pretty well do anything you want. It's eclectic and mixed in character. The tower, of course, is done in slate with a sloping roof and a finial at the very top. Down the street is a house called Hazelhead, built in 1874, British colonial in character, stucco, with a mansard roof in slate, and it's quite unique. Across the street, a classically inspired house with three arched French windows at the front, with balconies in wrought iron, and a dental styled cornice that runs around near the top of the house. Here you can see the three arched windows with carved inset round tops. Across the street on Metcalfe, a beautiful house, quite unique, in the Queen Anne style, with a sunburst treatment in the gable, and these turned columns with quite lovely, unusual capitals in a sort of flared fretwork. The spindles on the railings are also interesting. They're almost like interior stair spindles. Down the street, next door, another house which is in the Second Empire style, sort of after 1850, with also stylized sunbursts in the gables and these lovely turnings. Very beautiful tower in slate, with multicolored slate, red and gray. Here you can see it better with the tops of the dormer windows, and the entrance with another stylized sunburst. And look at the spindles that are used. The color of the house is really quite interesting, and both neighbors have decided to paint the house the same. Across the street, another Queen Anne styled house, also with a wonderful pediment done with turnings and spindles, It also has a sunburst right up in the triangle above the arch. And over the main entrance, they've used these turnings as well. Across the street again, a classically inspired chateau-styled house in the classical style, with French windows all around, both on the ground and second floors, with wrought iron railings. And the roof is, of course, it's a Palladian roof with a very steep angle done in slate. Here's the entry doorway is quite strongly Baroque in character. Down the street on de Maisonneuve, a pair of homes that are in the Queen Anne style, but in a very exotic, almost Middle Eastern character of Gothic, with multi-arches. And at the corner of Kensington and de Maisonneuve, a house designed by a firm of architects, Hogle and Davis, and it's classical, with a pair of symmetrical bays, with the main entrance done classically with pilasters that are fluted, and a lovely door in wrought iron. The windows facing de Maisonneuve have stonework where the windows are flared at the sides. This is on the corner of Redfern and de Maisonneuve, designed by an architect, Cajetan Dufour, about 1910, with classical balconies in stone, with Doric columns and little balconies with balusters, all in turned stonework done in Montreal limestone. This is an exceptional house just up the street on Redfern, designed by John McGregor, trained as a stonemason who went to the United States and worked on his studies at Harvard. And this is the inset entrance. The gable is Dutch in character. The brickwork and the stonework in this house are exceptional. He used just about every motif. There's stained glass and leaded glass in the windows. And just next door, there's a house that is contemporary, very beautifully done.